This will be a how-to on how to create a shared list. So a shared list comes into play on data fields. So on a BSC or touch input module or a PSM or even the PC versions of those, if you set up a data field that is a list and that list is a shared list, this is how you would set that up so that it could pull from there. The advantage to a shared list is if it's, so let's say you have 50 stations, but that list of what they select from is the same for all of them. It's easy to create one shared list so that when you need to make corrections, you just make it in the one spot that kind of dynamically goes out to all of them at the same time, as opposed to setting up a static list, which is inside each individual configuration. So from our welcome page, we were going to select our core software. And where we want to be is here in share list, which you can select over here on the left-hand menu, or we can use the icons. So configuration, shared lists, it's going to bring up this interface. Any existing shared lists would be here. So for us, we're going to hit add. And we'll just call this our test list. So that's just where you give it the name under the properties tab. Next tab over is items. So what you would do is hit to add an item and give it a name. So maybe item 1, and then I can add another one. So say maybe this is item 2. That'll give me my 2 items here. What I can do is I can delete one of them. I can highlight the one I want to delete. I hit that icon. It's going to ask me to confirm. I hit OK. So now that item's gone. I can also select an item and hit to duplicate it. So then now that'll make a copy where I can just change the name. Now when we click back here, you'll see now I see item 2. The other thing I can do is for one or multiple items, you can select to paste them to that clipboard, or copy them to the clipboard. Sorry. So then if you have multiple lists that maybe have the similar items, then you can, when you're in that other list, you can use this to paste these items into it. Once you have multiple items, you can also arrange the order. So like I can take item 2 and move it up in the order, or I can move it down in the order. The other thing that's important is the value. So the value is what gets recorded in the database for when you see reporting, and for if we're displaying this data field on a panel, this is what it's going to show. So if there's a reason that you want to show the operator a name that's different than what you're actually want to see, i.e. on a i.e. on a panel or in a report, then you're going to select that and you're going to type in, whatever that is. So maybe this is supposed to be a 1/4-inch bolt. And so when you do that, now it's going to show you, here's the name that it's going to show the operator. What's in parentheses is what's going to record in the database and what it's going to show on the panel. Once you have all your items set up, just hit save and exit. So now we have our test list here. And that will conclude this video on how to add a shared list. Look forward to talking to you again.